What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. It's been a bit of a slow news week, I admit, and I'm trying to add a little more diversity and inclusion to the topics that I'm covering. Some of them are working, some of them aren't, but hopefully you're still entertained. If you are, hopefully you'll click that red subscribe button down below. I've got a couple topics around old AH today that I'd like to cover. First and foremost would be the epic girl fight between AH and Candace Owens that kicked off on the internet yesterday, as well as what appears to be an obviously doctored photo that's going to be coming up in the following week. This week off has been absolutely super beneficial for Johnny's team. There's really no questioning it, and I guess that's good. Feels like an unfair advantage, but I assume they all agreed on this. So let's start with the Candace Owens bonanza. By the way, I see a lot of people have emailed and tweeted me that they have received their coffee. Small favor, I'm not going to ask anyone to buy anything. If you bought from my company, coffeebrandcoffee.com, if you can, navigate to the product you bought. So let's say you bought the medium roast. And after you've had it, like I want you to have it, enjoy it. And leave a review. Scroll down, write a review. And huge extra credit if you include a picture of the product. I'll be tweeting out like the best reviews, the funniest reviews. Also, like, try it and then leave a actual, real review. That's all I ask. Coffeebrandcoffee.com. I'll leave a link in the description. If you want to pick some up today, you can save 5% on single bags and 10% on the auto refills. Now, it's my company, my coffee company. Candace Owens on Amber Heard. So Candace Owens on AH. Kesha did it first and got away with it. Candace Owens has shared her thoughts on the public's reaction to AH amid her defamation trial, firing criticisms at the singer Kesha along the way. AH, who is currently 36, is currently locked in a court battle with her ex, who is 58. Man, maybe just don't date people 22 years older than you. Anyway, while JD wasn't named in the article, we all know everything. So, the high-profile trial, which is taking place in Virginia's Fairfax County Circuit Court, has seen both parties claim the other one of being, well, just awful, as well as both then denying them. I think the big difference, though, like the big differentiating factor here, is that one of them admitted doing it on tape and the other one never did. And I think the question then becomes, will there be data to support it? Will we see actual information that supports this? I haven't seen any evidence that proves, I've seen evidence that their relationship was messed up and not great, but I haven't seen any evidence that he ever raises hands. So as debate rages on over the former couple's trial, Candace Owens took to Twitter on Tuesday to share her take and add Kesha to the conversation. Owens wrote, "Love that everyone realizes that what AH is, but it feels appropriate to remind you that Kesha did it first." Of course, Eve Barlow, music journalist Eve Barlow, who is known to be a friend of AH, responded Owens and accused her of misogyny. What? You can't call out somebody's obvious lies if they're a woman without also being a misogynist? Is that what the implication is? Well, I'm glad that Candace Owens has now proven how decimated or demented you all sound. Kesha was also not a perfect victim. Your misogyny is showing. What? I do think it's funny that, she didn't bother to quote tweet her. She just posted a picture because I'm sure she knew that Candace would wreck her. Now, I'm no super fan of Candace. I still have lots of questions about where her loyalties lie based on knowing her and following her career longer than most people. Most people think she just appeared on the right, and then all of a sudden you had this, attractive black conservative who's a firebrand and really witty. Well, I knew her when she was doing Google Hangout streams justifying her doxing website when she was on the left. So, I think that, people can grow and change, but it's like I've always had this little bit of skepticalness because of my personal interactions. And you see a lot of people didn't like that. Now, I am unfamiliar with the Kesha situation. Apparently, she had some sort of manager or something. Dr. Luke didn't want to work with him. There's some bad behavior there. But I think anytime you see like someone like Candace Owens chiming in, things get extra spicy. Owens is one of a number of conservative figureheads who have spoken out against AH during the trial, while also using the opportunity to take aim at the Me As Well movement, whose rise led to countless women speaking out against bad behavior. Yes, they did speak out, and many of them were telling the truth. But also, many of them were dirty, dirty liars. With such messages reaching collectively sizable audiences and a plethora of social media videos making light of AH's claims, there has now been a pushback on social media against the messaging. Ruth Davison, CEO of Shelter, a UK-based charity that supports survivors, said that the disparaging takes online will potentially lead to extending the trauma for those affected. Well, maybe AH shouldn't be lying. You know what I mean? This isn't our fault for making fun of her. It's her fault for being a liar, pants on fire. Owens didn't specify exactly what, quote, Kesha did at first in her tweet meant. The conservative commentator had been critical of Kesha, who had previously accused music producer Dr. Luke of being an absolute creep and fellow singer of bad actions between her and Katy Perry. Now, there was a bunch of lawsuits that eventually went nowhere, as far as I know. In August 2018, amid a plethora of lawsuits between Dr. Luke and Kesha, she wrote on Twitter, "I'm a big believer that women who are caught faking these type of things should face sentencing the same sentence as their would-be offenders." I actually believe that too. If you are knowingly like perpetrating a lie that's going to ruin someone's life, then you should face the same penalty. Now, there's a difference between telling the truth and losing in court and like fabricating a story entirely. And I think that's important. There are sometimes you just can't prove it. That doesn't mean it didn't happen. But when you see, if you can prove that it was like a malicious thing, that you did it for clout or whatever like that, I mean, why wouldn't I? You see this picture, this lip picture, Johnny's team photo, it says photo is absolutely fake. AH detailed an incident in which she claims she had a bloody lip, an injury her lawyers tried to prove with a photo, but were shot down by the judge because it wasn't submitted in time for the trial. TMZ has the photo. A photo of his press team says doesn't even line up with the timing of her claims. So she tried to pass off a fake photo to change history. AH claimed her testimony that he did this type of thing. We've obtained the photo she took after the incident. I'm sure her PR department was happy to give it to you. Showing what, cut on her lip that says, "I shall return." A note she says that Johnny left behind. It's the same photo our legal team wanted to show the jury, but Johnny's team objected, saying that they never submitted the photo during the discovery phase, which they didn't do. Now Johnny's team tells the photo is actually from 2012. And look at this. TMZ has the metadata, and we've confirmed that. Yet in the UK case, the witness statement said that the first incident was in 2013, a year after the picture was even taken. A source close to AH says that she messed up her dates in the case. And once she got her therapist records, it showed blah, 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 blah. Oopsie doopsie poopsie. Did you just get busted trying to pass off a fake photo? Wouldn't you want to, like, I'm no legal expert, but wouldn't you want to be able to bring that up now? That, hey, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. she tried bringing in a piece of evidence that is clearly fake. A photo. I mean, look, I have all sorts of photos of, weird injuries or things that have happened to me. That doesn't mean that they're related. But she tried to pass it off as if it was the real legitimate thing. Also, another win where I guess they celebrated when she brought up Kate Moss. This is an explanation that a lot of people, are happy about, or an explanation people needed. Sorry. In this instance, AH mentions Moss could open the door for Johnny's attorneys to call the catwalker as a witness in order to address the claim. Kate Moss is still friends with Johnny, and her testimony wasn't allowed to come in before as it wasn't relevant. Well, now that she brought her up, if they get to bring her in, she's going to get to come in and say, like, wait a minute, nah, this isn't this dude. He's going to argue that it should be permitted to allow and debunk any rumor about him allegedly pushing her down the stairs. Now that she mentioned that, that's actually a huge slip up, because they'll be able to hopefully be able to bring her up on the stand and say, wait a minute, did this ever happen? First of all. And then if it didn't, and she says no, boom, AH is a liar. And then, while you're here, why don't you tell us what a great, amazing person that Johnny is? I mean, that's a thing, right? It's going to be interesting to watch. I think I've got 2 different stories on this today. So you're going to want to, there's an upcoming hit piece that's going to be going against YouTubers who are covering this, that you're going to want to watch out for. And if you get a chance, head over to the link in the description. If you've received your coffee, please do leave a review of it. Please include a picture. That would be amazing. Also, if you haven't picked one up yet, we're all caught up on the weekend orders. So it should ship within 24 hours if you're ordering it. It'll get fresh roasted. Remember, that's the key. My stuff is roasted when you order it. Give it a try. Maybe if you haven't had coffee in a while, give it a try. I have a feeling you'll like it. Huge announcement Friday, where hopefully we'll be able to launch Cocos as well. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.